the music. The music.
Blackout TV, Ljubljana, Slovenia, September 27, 2013. DJ Phat Phillie and the legend, a long-standing friend of mine, a brother, a hip-hop connoisseur, a pioneer, and all of that, Mr. Masta Ace. Welcome to Blackout TV, brother.
Thanks, man. Blackout TV, wow.
Yes, sir. We're gonna keep it real short. We're here to Ace gotta jump on stage in a hot second, but for all the fans in Croatia, you've been coming to Croatia for a long time, and all the fans worldwide, because Blackout TV is worldwide. We just wanna catch up with Ace and see what's up and what's going on with new projects and life in general. So the first question that I have for you is what's popping right now. I saw the trailer too for Making of Disposable Arts album documentary. I saw the trailer too. Kool-Aid and myself are in there, as well as Malena. So tell me about that that interesting project. How long has been? When was the Disposable released?
Disposable Arts came out in 2001, and then the plan was to have this documentary ready for the 10-year anniversary in 2011. But then some business things behind the scenes got thrown around, so we couldn't do the 10-year anniversary. But we did decide to go ahead and finish the documentary anyway. And so it's being re-released. The album is being re-released on CD by this company called Below System, in conjunction with M3 Hip Hop, my label. And so along with that CD, when you buy the CD, you also get the DVD with the documentary and all the interviews talking about how the process of making that album.
Absolutely. So you said that's going to be out October
22nd. It will be on CD and DVD.
Great. You gotta cop that. I'm so looking forward to check that out. Shout out to Kool-Aid who did Something's Wrong.
He did Something's Wrong with Stricklin, and of course we collaborated later on Long Hot Summer.
Yes, and a lot of other projects, EMC, stuff like that. But for all the people that don't know, Something's Wrong was supposed to have somebody else on that record originally. I don't know if people really know that.
Yeah, we talk about it in the documentary. Eminem was supposed to be it was supposed to be me, Stricklin, and Eminem. But I don't want to reveal too much because I want y'all to go get the documentary. But we tell that story of how everything went down and how Young Z wound up being on the song.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Quick advice to everybody that's trying to make it in the game. How do you stay so consistent and in demand after more than 20 years in the game, and you certainly have your own lane that you rock with? How do you maintain that level of demand?
I think one of the key things is just not being whack, like trying to not be whack, like trying to put out quality music, trying to put on a quality show when I perform and entertain people. Word gets around, promoters talk, fans talk, and what we've tried to do over the last 10-12 years is just put good energy out there in terms of our performances, in terms of the music that we put out, so that there's no negative things that's floating out there. Everything that we've done in the last 12 years has been just positive vibes. Show is dope, new album is dope, this album is dope, and people just continue to mess with us because of that.
All right. Tell me about your healthy lifestyle. I know you moved up from Brooklyn to Jersey. You have your own backyard. You were telling me you're producing your own groceries and stuff like that. Tell me about just the whole mentality of just living your life healthy nowadays and still rock on the, still be on the road for 20-30 days at the time, and shows back to back, no sleep, long train trips. How is that important for the up-and-coming artists, for everybody in general?
Well, at this age now, I'm 46 years old. I'm about to turn 47 in December. And the stuff that we used to do when we were 20, staying up all hours of the night, drinking, wilding out, that lifestyle doesn't translate 20 years later. And you have to make adjustments, if you want to continue to be healthy, be functional, you know, and I just saw like a lot of my friends around me that are the same age as me, that were in high school with me and everything, starting to have, you know, different health issues and things like that, and I realized that I needed to make some changes, you know, and I think the changes kind of started about 5 or 6 years ago, gradually, and you know, I've just kind of all the way down to, you know, now my rider has certain specific things that I ask for backstage. I used to have Hennessy on my rider, like that's gone. I mean, I just made a lot of changes in terms of the way that I eat, the way that I prepare, and the way I work out and treat my body, because hey, I want to be able to be strong and keep rocking for a long time.
Apart from this disposable art documentary re-release, what is the next in line for Ace and the crew?
We're in the studio. We've been working diligently on this new EMC album, a new collaboration project with myself, Wordsworth, Punchline, and Stricklin. You know, the first record came out 2008, and we toured with that for about a year and a half. And then I went off and did the album with LOG and got busy with that. But so the fans really wanted a follow-up before now, but it's 2013, you know, and we're ready to get back in the studio and get it right. It'll be out next year, 2014.
Great news. Tell me about you still coach the football league?
I actually stopped. This year was my first year not coaching in the past 11 years. I coached 11 years straight, high school football, and then this year I made a decision to take a year off, you know, and just take a break. For 11 years I was turning down tours in really crucial tour time, which is the fall, you know, in Europe, and saying no to tours and saying no to shows to coach. And it was just time to take a break and focus on this music a little bit more, and I'll see how I feel next year. You know, my plan was to take a year off and then see how I feel. If I miss it, then maybe next fall I'll go back to it. If I don't miss it, I'm gonna keep grinding with this music.
What was your now that you work with Kool-Aid on a few projects, and as well as Baby Dukes on A&E, any particular memories or any interesting thing that you can tell, especially the Croatian hip hop audience and fans?
I remember the first time meeting Kool-Aid, and his English wasn't really that great, you know. He didn't speak much because he wasn't comfortable with his English. And then you fast forward to like 7, 8 years later, and this guy's talking like normal, like regular. Like, I'm like, this guy really brushed up on his English crazy, and it just goes to show like he really wanted to get better at it and be able to communicate with the artists that he's doing music for. Otherwise, he'd have to rely on my boy Phat Phillie to do all the talking. He wanted to be able to speak for himself, and that was cool.
Sometimes he can be a little quiet, and lately he's been pretty talkative.
Talk too much now, huh?
Yeah, he has a group now called Zebra Dots. He signed to Universal in Vienna. He's doing a little synth funk, acid jazz type thing. He's singing. He's the lead singer in the group. I gotta send you the project. How was the My Doom project embraced and received by the fans and the press and the public in general?
It's crazy. It was received really well, and it's continuing to be received well. I mean, people are discovering it like literally every day. Somebody on Twitter, somebody on Facebook is like, "Oh, I didn't know you put this album out. I just got it. It's crazy. Wow, how come I didn't hear about this?" And that's the underground world. That's the independent world that we live in. You know, we don't have, you know, $500,000 to promote a record to let the whole world know that it's out. So it's got to be word of mouth. It's got to be grassroots, and that's pretty much how it goes down. And for that reason, it gives an album a long life in terms of how long people are rocking with it. So I'll be able to perform these M.A. Doom songs for a long time because people are still discovering it, and it's new to people every single day.
For the end, we gotta hit you. Ace gotta hit the stage. Just give me your top 5 Masta Ace. You have like a list, top 5 records of yours. Yeah.
I'll give you one off each album. That'll probably be the easiest thing to do.
Sounds good.
All right. From my first album, I would say Brooklyn Battles. From Slaughterhouse, I would say The Mad Ones. From Sitting on Chrome, I would say You Can't Find Me or Terror. From Disposable Arts, I would say Take a Walk. From Long Hot Summer, I would say Beautiful, produced by Kool-Aid.
Yeah. BK. Uptown. Boogie down. Queens, it's beautiful. Listen, I got a lot to say. Usually my smile stay locked away, but not today.